Yeah, I've just had so many people reach out with gratitude about how helpful the show has been.
Yeah.
And like just hours and hours and hours of free comedy
Yeah,
education.
I will say it is
So-
a lot of work for, like, you're doing God's work. You know what I mean?
So
Do
that's
you
why
remember,
the Patreon exists.
I don't
yeah.
know if you'll remember this, but there was a time when Spotify Wrapped first started coming out. There was a time that I got that was Hot Breath was my #1 podcast, and I had listened to 8 hours in one day of the podcast. I was a psychotic person.
Amazing.
I don't even know what I was doing that day. Like, I might have been road tripping or something because I listened to 8 hours of the podcast in one day.
Wow. Thank
Yeah.
you. I love hearing that.
Yeah, I was so, like, desperate for any information.
No, inspired, you mean. You were so inspired by the show.
Yeah.
Not desperate.
Oh, my God, yeah.
I do love hearing that when people are like, oh, I heard one and then listened to like 50 episodes. It's like people just dive into it.
Yeah. Well, and also, it also helped me like learn more about who the comedians are, because when you first start comedy, I feel like a lot of people are just like, oh, I just like love Dave Chappelle, or I just like love who Bernie Mac was. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like there are so many lesser known comedians that deserve that same accolade, but you don't you just don't know because you see the Netflix, specials, you think of, the famous people from the 90s, like you may not know like people who are actually kind of hitting right now or about to hit or whatever.
Yeah, it's cool. Like, and because I've been doing it so long that I've caught like Mark Norman example.
Yeah.
I interviewed him very early on.
Yeah, and you've had him
And
on
then
a few episodes,
had him on
right?
3 times now.
Yeah.
So it's been cool to kind of track his career. Dusty Slay, the same. This is the first, and then we're gonna get to see the growth from here.
This is a
so it's
very full
cool.
circle moment for me. I was telling my boyfriend this morning like that it's very funny to like be talking with you on this podcast after being so like obsessed with it for a while. You know what I mean? It's cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm pinching myself.
Yeah.
This is just a love fest.
I know, right?
Well,
It's just comedy.
riddle me this, social media expert. How could this show? There's an engaged audience. Like the community is super engaged. I mean, every time I go to a festival, people are coming up to me and all that. So like the people that find it love it. How would you start to use social media to really start to build the following? And start to build that online clout, I guess, or just stroke my ego and be like, but I want the numbers that show the people.
I mean, I guess I would have to see like kind of what you're putting out now, because I mean, I think that everything is kind of subjective on social media. Like there's no one clear-cut answer, but I do think consistency is like the biggest key, unfortunately. So already being consistent is like a good thing to have, and then just like really letting people know that this is like something to learn from, because I guess, and you would be able to answer this more than I would, like your audience really is people who want to get into comedy.
The core, like I'll like veteran comedians listen to it. I'll hear from them, but I think the core audience are aspiring comedians or like 0 just starting to like 5 years. That's probably like the heart and soul.
Yeah,
but
I
all
would agree
ranges
with
will
that.
listen. But yeah, that's the heart of it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think that's like, that would be a great way to kind of segment what you're doing, because when you have like the really big comedians like Mark Norman, Dusty, like Shane Torres, like when you have people on and you're kind of like, what's your biggest advice? And they're like, write every day, don't drink as much, whatever,
right.
take care of yourself. Like it's almost like you want them to be able to say like, hey, talk to someone who's like 5 years in. Don't talk to someone who's about to start comedy. What would you say to the 5-year comedian who just bombed an audition they had, who's been on the road, who's lost their voice, who's tired of their material? What specific thing do you have to say to that person? And then clip that up, because I need to watch that.
Yeah. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, what would you say to the person who's thinking about getting on stage and hasn't taken the leap yet?
Well, it's a good question, because I took a comedy class, and although it was helpful, it also burned down in flames. And because the guy was a jackass.
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
got ran out of town.
That's why I tell anyone who's taking a class, just they can be very helpful. Just make sure
Yeah.
that it's being taught by someone that is like
A good
worth
person.
learning from.
Yeah.
Like we have online classes and workshops as well if y'all want to just learn from hot breath.
I think because for me, like, I wasn't able to just go to an open mic and start talking. Like, I'm a research gal. I really have to feel like I have a background before I do something, because the anxiety would just eat away at me. So I would say, like, do some research on like what it is to do an open mic. Look at like how to craft a 5-minute set, or even just how to write a joke, because what I did first before I did anything was I just wrote like a stream of consciousness of like, I think what had happened that day. And I was like, maybe I'll just talk about this. And then I took a comedy class and I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. And then I started doing the writing room and I realized, oh no, like each joke is its own little journey that you have to take and like figure out what is the setup, what is the punchline, what is it, a double entendre, is it a misdirect, is it a power of 3, or even if it's just a funny thought, whatever it is. And you have to like individually work on each one until they're solid enough. So I would say if you're thinking about getting on stage, definitely like do a little bit of research, go to a writer's room, or even just go to an open mic and just don't sign up and just kind of ask around like, hey, how did you get into this? And everyone's going to have a different story. A lot of dudes are just going to be like, I just got up here because my friends told me I was funny, and they're going to be half drunk and they're going to be annoying. But I would say like just give yourself a little bit of time to feel confident enough. Don't just like go in guns blazing, because you're probably going to bomb and you're going to not be happy about it. And that's okay. It's okay to bomb. We all bomb. But the first time, you want to know at least you tried before you bombed.
Yeah.
Yeah.